Well, good morning.
Hey guys.
And don't let it, me being here on a Friday trick you because I just tricked him. He said, I said, um, can I go shopping today? And he said, you go shopping every day. So what's today means? So I said, well, I'm here on the panel this morning and can I go shopping? He said, yes, you can go shopping. So I said, but I'm not going to be here all hour. And he said, come on, stay.
Stay to the end.
And I said, well, what am I going to get? So I get to shop a lot, huh?
Pleading the fifth is a strong thing. My people will get with your people, and we can do lunch.
No. Well, welcome in everybody. And for you ladies, today is shop days, National Shopping Day. I've declared that. So get your husband's wallet or guess what? Apple Pay. You don't have to have a card. You can just get his phone and Apple Pay it. Apple Pay it. So
she's learning, y'all.
Yeah, I'm learning about Apple Pay.
Yeah, she's learning about different things over here at the Casa. And good morning and welcome in everybody to the morning shenanigans TGIF. It is Friday and we thank everybody for coming in.
And guess what? It is Prima Day. I didn't even know Prima Day. I know you were going to wait and hold it.
Right.
But I'm excited because 1, 2, 3, 4 of us, that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be on the Prima. And
that's
it's
right.
in town today.
We might as well show it.
Yeah,
we might as well. Because
I didn't even know what the Prima looked like because see, when it came in before, it was early in the morning.
Yeah, it was almost nighttime. So,
but we went down there and he got footage. But this right here, we're gonna have to go down there so I can get some footage.
All complete with a medical emergency or is that police?
Oh man, maybe it's one of those stories Scott told us about.
That's Port Police.
Oh my, somebody did something wrong.
If you see the pickup truck, that's Port Police, and we got an ambulance going out behind it.
Yeah.
And then another one that is still there.
Yeah, that might be one of those stories Scott be talking about.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And she's refueling too. That barge looks like it's on a serious lean, though. I don't know,
but
let's hope it makes it out successfully.
The Prima.
The Prima.
I don't know. Like, is Prima an LNG ship? Does anybody know?
Oh, I don't know, Eddie.
I should know. I
think it is.
Okay, because I don't know. I just know I'm gonna be on the Prima. Yay!
Yes, we all are. Yes.
Although I was telling my co-host that a well-intentioned, experienced cruiser came up to me in the Crown Lounge last night, otherwise, formerly known as the Diamond Lounge, and told me that she overheard me mentioning to another cruiser that I would be sailing Norwegian next month. And she wanted to come over and tell me that she thought I was making a terrible mistake.
And I just Googled it, and it says the 4 new Prima class vessels being built for Norwegian Cruise Line will be larger and more environmentally friendly than its predecessor, thanks to their use of green methanol as fuel.
Oh, okay. So not LNG, but another green fuel.
Isn't that corn?
I don't know.
It might be, yeah.
Methanol but we're going out to sea on corn.
Wow. I mean, so here's the thing. So all the new Royal Caribbean ships and all the new Carnival ships are using LNG, which is liquid natural gas, right? In fact, Utopia is actually going to be the first, but only. Oh wait, because it's the last Oasis class ship, but it's going to be the first and only Oasis class to be LNG powered. So
nice. Well, that'll work. I know it's going to run smoother on the water. That's for sure. Because the 2 LNG ships that we were on, they run quiet. They run really quiet.
Very quiet.
Right.
And normally, And normally during C-Day brunch or whenever we go to the aft restaurant for breakfast dining, there's always just a shaking of the table
But you didn't have that.
and everything. Yeah, we didn't have none of that on the LNG ships that we went on this year. So yeah, they definitely run cleaner and quieter.
Well, and I know that and we had reported a while back that there's a company out of Jacksonville, Florida, that I guess operates the LNG fueling barges. And of course, they have to transfer one of their barges to Galveston in order to accommodate the fueling needs of the Jubilee, because there is currently not an LNG option in Galveston.
Yep. They import it. All right, everybody. Welcome into the Friday edition with all of the host and hostess present. We definitely thank you for coming in to watch the shenanigans. Welcome to hashtag Team Replay. If you are here, first of all, we love you for coming back to watch the show. And we got a good one for you today. Today is no different. Welcome in Mike and J&S Adventures to the chat. Good morning.
Allied reinforcements have arrived from the north,
where it is a balmy 23 degrees Fahrenheit, but feels like 17 degrees this Friday morning.
I love that. I would have the fireplace going.
Yeah,
man.
The fireplace would be going for
in
sure.
every room.
And praying that the electricity stays on.
Oh, yeah.
But they probably got natural gas up there, so I don't know. We don't have gas. We have electricity.
And the hopes that the grid will work.
Yeah.
They've been talking about that all week.
They were talking about the grid this morning. Yo, Eddie Lugo Studios has made it into the chat. Good
Viva la raza!
And he has come in with a chat. Go live together after dark tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, the usual suspects. And for those of us on the right-hand side over here, it is the Central time zone, 8 p.m. Central.
Yes.
Just a quick programming update for everybody. Elizabeth has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, babe.
Happy weekend.
Hey, Daniel Jose has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome
Just
to the
became
show.
a great grandfather.
Okay.
Nice.
That'll work. We got a donation to Fresh Fruit. Scott McNeil has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Scott Smith has made it in. Good morning.
Hi.
Let me say this. Across the Waves, I watched it last night on the TV. Let me tell you, they had 75 views last night.
Just from Alice Lugo Studios channel. Yeah.
I'm serious.
Just from that one channel.
Y'all keep going on Wednesdays. Y'all just keep going.
Keep doing it. Keep going strong, because
one of those views is from me. I watched it on Alice's channel.
I always watch it on Alice.
Danny D, the spectacular supporter, has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Daddy Trouble D.
No, she is not trouble.
Will G has made it in. I believe they're sailing in 4 days.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
And he hasn't packed.
Yeah, we were talking about packing and everything. I'm like, wow, she would be going bananas.
I would be going bananas. Nettie hasn't packed.
Nope.
So Nettie and JT, y'all better get to
We
packing.
don't understand it.
I would be a nervous wreck.
Can't do it. Marjorie has made it in. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Yep. And Daniel Jose says, my dream is to finally go on one of those cruises. Well, that is our goal, is to get you on one.
You got
Okay.
two names here. So get in contact with either
Yes.
TA, or you can get in contact with me and take me on the cruise with you. Ha.
Good hustle.
Yeah.
Good hustle. The mother and daughter duo have made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
Killer Smile Vlogs. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hand waving. Peak hand waving.
Yes.
A little
Like
pink-
that.
Yeah, a little pink hand.
Okay.
All
Funny
right.
emoji.
Elizabeth says, Cheryl, it's Friday. What are you doing here?
You know what? Shh. Okay. What goes on in the chat stays in the chat. But let me tell you, Elizabeth, nobody can hear me. Scott's got a little hangover. So when you scream like this,
Get out of
they
here.
take it.
Oh
So
my
that's
God.
why I'm here. I'm just here.
Wow.
Somebody had a good night.
Yes.
I had a fun night. I enjoyed myself, and I was out, having a good time. So
Yeah. So I'm here to scream.
Scratch and Pete PA has made it into the chat. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh,
Oh, snap. And Daniel says the only cruise I've been on is the one on the Rhine in Germany. It's not the same as those big ships. Well, shoot, we're going on big ships, hoping to one day get on a river cruise.
yeah, we're trying.
And, yeah, it's like you've already been there. So, hey,
Let's flip flop.
Yes, you've achieved a lot of our dreams here.
Yes.
Because, river cruising is a little unreachable for a lot of us,
Mhm.
But yeah, congrats. I bet that was.
And my wife and I, we've always said that if and when we get to the point where we do river cruises, our first one will probably be on the Rhine.
Mhm.
Oh.
And let's see. Eddie says we'll be on the premium in about 42 days, and me and Alice have the Aqua book for 2025. So that's another.
You guys are going on the Aqua?
Thanks to somebody I know.
Facebook
wonder-
user-
I'm so jealous about that. Seriously, like I was booking that cruise for Eddie and Alice, and I was checking it out while I was doing it, and I am so jealous.
Mhm.
Come on.
They always pick good ports.
They do.
They do.
Yeah. Facebook user has made it in. Good morning from the cruise. No.
Good morning.
I'm gonna start calling Eddie the itinerary whisperer because he picks those good ones all the time.
Yep. Cruising on the high seas and travel has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning. And thank you for allowing us to come on your show last night.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I got like the big, huge 404 denied.
We asked him to check the box that says users must authenticate last night because he didn't have it checked, and that was right before you tried to get in. So we got him to uncheck the box that way you could get in, but you never showed up. So I don't know
Because he was getting a hangover.
Well, yeah, okay.
He was like that movie.
That still would have been great content. I know that.
He's like
Marjorie, he says, Eddie, I want to go clubbing and partying with Alice Lugo Studios.
Not gonna happen, girl.
No.
Y'all set that up and make it happen.
It's not gonna happen. Not even.
I'm sure there is other amazing and great times to be had with Alice and Eddie, just not partying and clubbing.
Okay.
Not even. With
I don't do clubbing anymore, but you could take Alice to a Broadway show.
Yes.
Definitely go to that.
Or to comedy. We went to comedy with them, and that was a good time.
I did not go to comedy with them.
We all went to comedy.
Where was I?
Sitting right next to me.
Was I there? Did I go
and
comedy?
Sitting next to Alice.
Oh, this must have been that day I had a drink or something.
I don't know, but you were there.
Because
it was two comedians.
Two. It wasn't me. I promise you, I don't remember a comedian.
Cruise Cruise. Yes.
Oh my goodness. I don't remember that.
Alice, I remember the drink. I remember the drink Alice had. It was a virgin pina colada right there.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, like I said, it was the booze cruise.
Yeah. I must have been like Scott and had a hangover or something. A pre-hangover. Can you get a pre-hangover?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Daniel says the one cruise I would love to do is a transatlantic cruise to Europe. I could even show some people around the EU areas. Yeah, you could.
You could.
Yep.
And we thank you for that. Okay.
And wait a minute.
If you want me to go, if you don't want to pay for two and just have one in the room, I'm here.
Daniel also says they do have comedy cruises, don't they? I think they have some themed cruises where the comedians will come on and do that. Yeah. I know they have it for bands, but let's see. Tamika Davis has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning, Tamika.
Good morning.
And let's see. I'm going to bring this screen up again because we are all caught up in the chat. It is time for the weather report today. Eddie, what is the weather where you are?
Well, right now here it's 41 degrees and extremely sunny.
Oh, wow.
So it's definitely going to go up to 56, I believe, around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. And then it's going to drop to the 40s again tonight.
Ooh.
Okay. And I know that the ship was taking a bow last night. How are the waters and the weather where you are?
Like even while I'm sitting here, the ship is really, like just really moving around. I have really good sea legs, right? So my brain just kind of compensates with, movement to counteract it. But I've been seeing a lot of people really losing their balance. And one guy was coming on the elevator this morning and it, had shifted and he like slammed into the elevator door and stuff. So I mean, it's rough. And like I said, last night, they actually closed down the solarium, which is all the way at the front of the ship, because the ship was going up and down so much that the water was like a lot of water was sloshing out of the pools and the hot tubs in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just wasn't safe. So, yeah, it's rough.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, here in Galveston, if you are here for the Prima, which you should already be, the temperature is 63 degrees with 82% humidity and windy. If you are here today to sail away on the Prima, the sail away forecast is as follows: 63 degrees with 91% humidity and windy. It's not calling for too much rain today, but tomorrow it is going to be it's going to have some rain out there. So your sail away could be cold and windy today with a slight chance. A very slight chance of rain.
Yeah.
And let's see who else has came in.
That Prima, y'all see that Prima? That's the Prima we gonna all be on.
Yep. Oh, Daniel's in Cali. It is 40 degrees here in California.
Oh wow, it's cold.
Nice.
For California.
Marjorie says, Cheryl, what is the best cure for a hangover? Poor baby mustard drill.
I don't know. I've never been that far.
Another drink. That's the only cure for a hangover is another drink, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that ain't happening. I'll make it through with the coffee.
Yeah, coffee's good too.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me see. Yep. I am Curtis curious. Have you ever been on a cruise where there was adverse weather?
Yes.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have. Them
ships handled it really well though.
Yeah. I've been on it and I've seen the wave go across my window, my porthole. Mm-hmm. So I've really experienced it. I've experienced it on the the celebration with you and your flashlight. I've been on several cruises where
your first cruise, there was water hitting up against the porthole windows.
Yeah, that was my very first cruise, and I just said, "Jesus, take the wheel."
Yep. There has been Journeys with June and Brady have came in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And
Good morning.
Janelle vlog. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And let me see.
And to connect with everybody, tell them how to connect so they.
Oh yeah, type in #creator, #ELS, or #TMD, and Nightbot can drop your link for you. That way, all of you can connect with one another, which is also another thing that we are trying to do here on the channel is to get people connected with good creators. Najuma Brown, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. And it looks like we are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for the part of the show where Jeremy tries to read. And welcome everybody to Jeremy Goes Bananas, which is another name for On This Day in History. Today is Friday, December 15th. And we're going all the way back to 37 CE.
What is CE?
No idea.
Okay.
Common era. I think it's
no, it's not. No,
I believe that's what it means.
Yeah.
Okay.
Common era. Roman Emperor Nero, who became infamous for his personal debaucheries and extravagances, and on doubtful evidence for his burning of Rome and persecutions of Christians, was born. In 1791, the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, which is a collection of mutually reinforcing guarantees of individual rights and limitations on federal and state governments, were adopted as a single unit. In 1890, the Hunkpapa Lakota chief Sitting Bull was killed by Native American policemen who, with others, were attempting to arrest him near the Grand River in South Dakota. In 1892, American oil billionaire J. Paul Getty was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
In 1907, Brazilian architect Oscar Niemeyer was an early exponent of modern architecture in Latin America and co-winner of the 1988
Bananas.
Pritzker Prize.
Baby, just say blank.
Was born.
Prize.
I think this is a typo, though. Isn't it the Pulitzer Prize? In 1940, I can't help it if the article's written wrong. In 1948, former U.S. State Department official Alger Hiss was indicted on 2 charges of perjury for lying about his dealings with Whittaker Chambers, who accused him of membership in a communist espionage ring. In 1989, anti-government demonstrations erupted in Timisoara, Romania, beginning the revolution that toppled the communist leader Nicolae
Bananas. Just tell bananas.
From power a few days afterward. I can't pronounce that one, y'all. So
let it finish, Cheryl.
In 1997, Janet Rosenberg Jagan was elected president of Guyana, becoming the first elected female president in South America and the first white president of Guyana. In 1997, the U.S. Department of Defense ordered that all Americans in its service, about 2.5 million people, be inoculated against anthrax, a potential weapon of biological warfare. In 2001, the Leaning Tower of Pisa reopened in Pisa, Italy, after more than 10 years of work to stabilize the structure. In 2011, the Iraq War officially ended as the United States formally declared that its mission in the country was over. And finally, in the year 1939, starring Vivian Leigh and Clark Gable, the film Gone with the Wind, a romantic tale of the American South during the Civil War, adapted from the 1936 novel by Margaret Mitchell, premiered this day in Atlanta, Georgia in 1939. And that will do it for this episode of Jeremy Goes Banana. My goodness.
That was a hard one, huh?
So CE, Common Era, is the same as AD.
Okay.
Correct.
It's exactly the same. So it's just, for some reason, there's a second reference to it. So
thank you.
And Daddy D says, love your hoodie, Cheryl. I love tie-dye.
Thank you.
Yep. And I think I got
it. Is a tasteful tie-dye for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and my Bahamas shirt finally came out of the cruise closet, y'all. I get to wear it.
Yeah, you get to wear it now.
Nice.
Yeah. I love the Bahamas.
I do too.
I know. I'm wearing a shirt that says Boston on it, but you can't tell.
Mike Rihanna loves bananas. Mona did what? Has made it into the chat. Good morning.
Quickie. Morning Quickie.
Yep.
That could mean several things.
Yes.
After dark.
I know.
I can't say.
Well, no, that would be after dark Quickie.
I know. Like I'm looking for. Hopefully, when I get home, my after dark shirt will be waiting on me there.
Oh yes, we ordered some too. I'm gonna wear it on the Prima.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, and Scott Smith broke down the word for me. Nicolae Ceausescu.
See?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Scott. I really appreciate that.
Yes, we do. Because he had a banana moment.
Yep.
Poor guy.
I saw it happening when it came across. I said, "Man, this is banana."
Mm-hmm. and yeah, Wanston, she is at work today. Yes.
Yes, but not for long. Not for long, because I got to see Scott on the big screen when he does his news.
Well, not yet. We are all caught up in the chat, and today is TGIF Friday, so y'all know what that means. We get to go over what Nightbot has to say is the top chatters of the week.
Oh, wow.
All right.
So coming in at number 10 is Scrow's Nest.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in at number 9 is Antoinette at Fun.
Hey, friend.
Number 8, Captain Billy J Travels.
Yes.
Number 7, Shanster Travels.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, Marjorie.
Yes.
Number 5, Mayhem and Miracles.
Yes.
Number 4, Cruise Nuts. Number 3, Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. Number 2, creeping up from behind, is Eddie Lugo Studios.
Mm.
Yo, all right.
Yeah. And finally, coming in at number 1 is Traveling with Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
All right.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yes.
Mike and Rihanna says Cheryl has to buy a pallet of Temu products today.
Well, you know what? I'm waiting.
Mm.
Oh, I'm not waiting. Did I say I was waiting?
That we got it on recording. I'm glad you did say it.
Man.
Way I could visit the replay.
That's right.
And yeah, Darian is missing out. We love Darian. Okay, and we are caught up in the chat. So here goes with Scott sharing the cruise and travel industry news.
I don't know why, but today, every single time there's an intro video, I get a black screen on my side and a message that says, your browser failed to play the video.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. So I'm just waiting for the feed to come back.
There he is.
So Royal Caribbean changes ice cream options. So I was first made aware of this by our good friends, Mike and Rihanna. So it says here, Royal Caribbean International has reached out to travel agents to alert them that the Ben and Jerry's ice cream shops on board will be changed to a new brand in the coming days, though the cruise line has been vague about the immediate details. Ben and Jerry's ice cream shops aboard 13 of our ships will be moving out and making way for something sweeter.
Mhm.
Royal Caribbean has confirmed that the new ice cream shop will be an in-house brand, but has not yet released details on the type of ice cream or whether or not the new offering will be complimentary or an add-on charge. Ben & Jerry's was always an extra cost, not included in the cruise fare. Price ranges from $2.50 to $5 USD. Now, guests on board will need to go without their Cherry Garcia and their Chunky Monkey and the other classic flavors from the popular brand, but who knows what will be in store for the new ice cream parlors. Depending on the ship's class and layout, Ben & Jerry's has either been a separate ice cream parlor venue or available as part of another stand. Those spaces will likely be rebranded with the cruise line's new ice cream rather than being converted into a completely different venue. The exact timing and rebranding has not been announced, only that it will be completed by the end of 2023. The switch is likely to vary slightly from ship to ship, depending on available supplies of ice cream and exactly when the conversion work can be completed with new signage, coloring, menu boards, and other details. The change follows a quiet removal of the cow-themed staterooms associated with Ben & Jerry's. The cow's rear end providing a uniquely obstructed view of the ship's promenade, as well as the loss of the benefits, which was free ice cream to those staying in those staterooms. Royal Caribbean is closely guarding the secret of which type of ice cream may replace Ben & Jerry's, and that all that is currently known is that it will be an in-house brand rather than another partnership with an ice cream retailer.
Oh, wow.
So, very interesting. Now, I never got to see those Cal-themed staterooms. They're on that class ship. There is an interior room known as a promenade room. It has a window and a window seat in addition to the sofa, and it looks down onto the promenade. There are a limited number of rooms, and then, of course, even a more limited number of those rooms were Cal-themed. I never actually got to see one, and now I guess I never will. So. Moving on, Carnival Jubilee's Galveston Cruise Terminal nears completion. Guests eager to see what the new $53 million renovation looks like are in luck, as the Port of Galveston offered a glimpse into the newly renovated, revamped Terminal 25, the new home of the Carnival Jubilee. Updates that have been done, including the 2 new passenger boarding bridges, an expanded dock, a new roof, and a redesigned interior with modern finishes and furniture. The terminal capacity expansion is completed by over 5,000 additional parking spaces in the port's express lot. We're putting the finishing touches on our beautifully refurbished Cruise Terminal 25, and we'll be ready to welcome Carnival Cruise Line's Carnival Jubilee and their first passengers on December 23rd. These upgrades are not just cosmetic, but strategic, enhancing the efficiency of embarkation and debarkation for the anticipated 6,500 guests and over 1,700 new crew aboard Carnival Jubilee. It says here, besides the cosmetic and strategy, the port has also needed to make several other improvements to be able to host Carnival Jubilee, as she is powered solely by LNG, or liquid natural gas, a much cleaner fuel type than traditional marine fuels. And the port also made significant investments in preparations for bunkering. Carnival Jubilee is Carnival's first newly built cruise ship to home port in Galveston, and the first new build to be based in a port in general since the port became the base for the cruise ships over 23 years ago. Carnival Jubilee will join Carnival Breeze and Carnival Dream to offer Western Caribbean cruises year-round.
And that's the way the news goes.
Scott, as you were reading the news, I'm seeing you do this.
Oh yeah, the ship is moving. I'm telling you.
I'm on it.
I'm telling you, the ship is really, rocking and rolling. I mean, and I just, like, when I'm walking, my legs just kind of take over and compensate. I don't even recognize it. But when I'm sitting, I move with it so that I don't fall out of my chair.
Right. And
so,
speaking of spaghetti legs, Daniel Jose says hopefully they will have spaghetti eyes. So, yeah, that was a good segue. I love it.
Scrow's Nest, hey.
Yeah, Scrow's Nest, good morning.
Good morning.
Like watching Ray Charles. I know it was it was weird.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
we had you.
So I'm telling you, I mean, like, this ship. When I tell you, I do not exaggerate it. This ship is really, really rocking. I have been on ships that were worse. I've been on ships where if I was sitting in there looking out in my cabin looking out the window, I could see only sky at one point and only water at another, and that's no joke. I mean, that was really bad, but the ship is still moving pretty, back and forth pretty frequently. So
I'm seeing it. I really am. I'm seeing
Scrow's
it.
Nest got a funny.
Hang on. It's like watching Ray Charles. Yeah,
that was a funny.
Traveling. Hello, family. How are you today? Sorry, I am late with my son out and about early this morning. And you made the top 10 list of chatters this week. Thank you for those fairies and pineapples also. Oh yeah, butter toast too. Yep. Journeys with June and Brady says the sunshine rocked for 4 days.
Oh wow.
Will G, another one coming down to cruise real soon. Not Will G. Together We Travel.
Yeah.
Will. Yeah, they're coming to sail away soon also.
See, now I've sailed from the Northeast quite a bit, and usually what happens is we have rough, especially this time of the year, we have rough waters going down and coming back. But while we're in the Caribbean, it's usually pretty calm.
Yep.
This time around, because of the winds, and of course, the winds are so bad, we couldn't even make our private island port. But because the winds are so bad, it's just basically been the entire cruise so far has just been where the ship is just rocking and rolling. And I think only when we've been in port, like in Port Canaveral and in Nassau, were the top and open decks even open. Otherwise, they have the doors secured with, rope and stuff, and the doors themselves won't open, and you can't get outside anywhere just because of how bad the winds are. So
Danny D says Darian may show up now if you say spaghetti ice 3 times.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he might. And yeah, Will G says hopefully it will be calmer next week. Yes, I hope it is. Let's see. Daniel Jose says, correct me if I'm wrong, but they say when you are on a cruise, it really feel like you're on a ship. It does at times, but then again, if you're on one of these big ships, it doesn't feel like you're on a ship. It feels like you're in a hotel, and you only know that you're on a ship if you look out the window or beyond the glass. That's it. I haven't been on Oasis class yet, but I have been on Excel. And Excel, it feels like it's a big old hotel. It really does, with a bunch of stuff going on all the time.
I am really, really, really hoping that the video stays intact tonight when I do our virtual tour from here on Anthem of the Seas. Because Anthem is just an absolutely beautiful, spectacular ship. It's really big, like an Oasis ship. So a lot of grand areas. There's this one area in particular where like the ceiling is literally like 3 decks high. And it's just open and beautiful. And I was walking through it the other day, and I literally had to ask, like, I had to remind myself that I'm on a cruise ship, because it's just so, you just really could easily forget. So.
And Mike and Rihanna asked the question, is it normally rough seas this time of year for a cruise ship?
And when you sail out of the Northeast, yes. I have sailed out of the Northeast many times in the winter, and it's always rough. Even in the spring, my wife and I were on Oasis in May, and it was really rough. And we, of course, once you get down to the Caribbean, it's fine. And then, of course, coming back, I think it was much better coming back on Oasis that time. Typically, this time of the year, you get it both ways. You get it going down and you get it coming back, but it's usually calm when you're down in the Caribbean. This time, it's been rough for us all the way around. So,
yeah. And Journeys with June and Brady says the winds were so bad for us. If you were on deck, you got wet from the sea spray.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
The Bud Files have made it in.
Good morning.
Good morning. And let's see. Okay, so Scott has a question of the day, and I cannot make pennies or dimes out of this question. So let's hear it, Scott.
Okay, so I'm just talking about like the extras. So like, for instance, kind of like what I was talking about with the Ben and Jerry's, like, an extra charge, extras, extra food items. I'm not talking about specialty restaurants and things like that. I'm talking about the extras. So like, like when you're on, a Carnival ship, do you go and get the sundaes in cherry on top? A lot of Royal Caribbean ships, there's a similar experience, candy shop / sundae place called Sugar Beach. On this ship, there is a couple of venues that have that, as well as there's an Irish or an English pub that sells a lot of like extra pub food and stuff like that. So, for instance, I wanted to, like this was one of the pub items that I purchased last night. It's fried pickles. I was expecting the traditional pickle chips, coming in a bowl or whatever. Instead, I got this tiny little pickle that had been cut into four spears from a single pickle, breaded and deep fried. And it was $4, right? And I was really disappointed that, those tiny little pickle spears was $4. But, so I was just kind of like curious, do you pop for that? Do you feel like, if you do, that you got kind of ripped off or that it was a good value? Do you just not care because you're on vacation, or do you just stick with all the stuff that's included and don't go for any of the extras? Usually I stick with all the stuff that's included, and I don't go for the extras, simply because most of the time I do go for the extras, I end up seeing, I end up getting something that I'm disappointed in and I didn't feel was the value. In this particular time, I decided to break with my normal tradition, and I ended up being a little disappointed in it. I mean, it tasted good, but I just, there wasn't enough of it. They were really tiny. And it definitely was not worth $4.
Oh, yep. Eddie?
Well, we don't really do. Usually, when we do a cruise reservation, we usually get one dinner, so that's a little extra. Also, on the ship, I don't really do much besides the racetrack or maybe a couple of games here and there. Every time we walk into the stores, I'm like this.
Mm-hmm.
I cover my eyes. I don't want to see anything. And Alice is like, oh, let's go check this out, check that out. So sometimes I do end up grabbing something. Sometimes I don't. Usually it's a shirt that we're going to, an island that we're going to. Also, the ship on an ornament for the Christmas tree. And maybe a pack of cards for her. That's about it. I try to stay very limited in what I get. Alice likes always to get at least a picture from the ship, and sometimes she buys a set, sometimes she only buys one. When we go to art exhibitions, I hate it because she likes going on the stuff, and she always end up buying something or checking it out. And I try to stay within those areas as much as possible. Unfortunately, I have to follow her around, so I get dragged into those areas. But I do my best. I do buy the Starbucks once in a while. If in the afternoon, I don't feel like going all the way up to the buffet just to get coffee or Sheehan's or the local. And if we happen to be in the atrium, and usually the Starbucks is right there, I just go over there and get it. $4 or $5, and you give me a nice cup of coffee, and then I sit down back again, and we do our thing. Once in a blue moon, depending on whatever we're celebrating, we do ice cream also at Kogo's with Norwegian. And that I tried my best to stay away from buying anything on the ship because it is overpriced.
Yep. Honey?
Well, because we're going to have kids on the Prima, we will definitely go into the candy shop. We will definitely do room service, and we kind of go with the fanfare of buying stuff. We go into the shops. He pulls me, I pull back. He pulls me, I pull back. And whoever wins the tug of war gets to buy something.
Tiff and Dre TV have made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And also what we do is we budget for the picture, because that is naturally one of the things that we'll do, because we always dress up on
Elegant
Night.
Oh, do they have Elegant Night on the Prima?
I'm sure they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably at least, like a traditional 7-day cruise on any other line, there's probably 2.
Okay.
Yep.
And usually on the like the Hudson, which is the MDR, you will probably have to be, not a like a Oscar night, but at least long pants and a presentable clothing.
Well, we're wearing pink. I'm telling you now.
Yep.
Hey,
The whole family is wearing pink.
Yep.
wow, I mean,
Happy holidays to you and your family. Also, thank you so much for that.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys coming in.
Yes, we do.
And yes, Rob says yes, they do. They have an elegant night, and so that's all
Happy
part of our
holidays.
that's all part of our cruise cadence. Is that we get a picture at least. If we find something that we really really like the Java Blue place on the Excel class, there are some things that are included. We went for those, the little meat pies and the chicken pie. That was really good. I couldn't get enough. I couldn't get enough of those. But then they got the free coffee sitting right next to it, and so yeah, everything was included. As far as extras in the MDR, one thing that I'll always go for is the shrimp and grits. The shrimp and grits from Emerald's is really, really, really good, and I will get that at C-Day brunch over my steak and eggs, my usual steak and eggs, because not only does it have shrimp, but it's got the andouille sausage to go along with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm serious. That's shrimp and grits is awesome.
I'm sorry. I just don't think that.
no, you're not.
Oh, it's like, I'm gonna tell you what shrimp and grits is like. I don't know. I'm not wanting to. I'm gonna do like Scott. I don't want to offend anybody, but
Too late.
peanut butter and jelly. The kids love it, but let me tell you, if I have to make the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'm almost throwing up on their sandwich. I just can't do it. It's just, oh my God.
And yes, on Carnival, they are charging $5 for the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
And that's what
I
you
know, it's crazy.
On toast.
On toast.
And it's like, why would you mess up the PB&J? First of all, it does not go on toast. It goes on regular bread.
Our kids.
And secondly, the only way you're going to get potato chips on the Carnival ship is if you order a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with it.
Right.
And
I want to show you this, right? This is the pizza from Royal Caribbean.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Why didn't you even go?
No, but wait, this is the pizza. Now, what's wrong with that, right? Like, who can't cut a pizza evenly, right? It's a tiny little pizza. You cut it in 4 damn slices, right? Okay. And they couldn't cut it right. Yeah. And then look at that crust, right? It's literally like a dollar store pizza, and they had the audacity to want to charge for this garbage.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so mad about it. I'm so mad. Still so mad about it.
I'm mad about peanut butter and jelly.
And that's one thing that we try to get with her tuna, because Carnival makes the best tuna. Like,
except for when we were on the Glory.
Yeah, that tuna, I don't know what happened.
It wasn't consistent like the other.
It wasn't.
I know, like, look how tiny that one piece was, how big the other piece was. Would you be mad if you paid for that tiny little piece?
I would be very upset.
And Danny D says they must have drunk people cutting that pizza. You know, it sounds like they were at the bar with you.
Seriously, I was like, what the
heck?
Yep. So, okay, speaking of cruises, I don't know how to smoothly go into this, Eddie. So let's hear all about your upcoming cruise that we have together next year.
Yeah, that's right, where they're going to be serving much better pizza.
Yep.
Hopefully. Ta-da! October 28, 2024. Living out of Tampa, Florida. On the Carnival Paradise. We're going to leave from there to Tampa. We're going to go down to Key West, Montego and Grand Cayman on a 6-day cruise. Please get in touch with Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel to get your cabin set up and going. Have your deposit ready. This is getting closer and closer every time. 300 and something days left to it. You got plenty of time. You got till July to pay off for your cruise. So you got plenty of time to get your cabin or your balcony if they're still available. So the sooner you call Bruce, the sooner you'll find out. So think about will be there. She's going to be in charge of the slot pool. House of X will be there taking care of Elegant Night. Carnival will have a Halloween contest night. Mecca and Rihanna's first cruise. They're taking care of the Facebook group, which I'm going to be taking care of soon. Also, there is hotels within the area that Bruce is working on to get us a great price on it. I'm hoping to be there Saturday, and the cruise leaves on Monday. And we're gonna have a great time down in Key West. I could guarantee you that.
Mhm.
So James Cadenas is coming along too. His wife, Orange Cone Blog is coming too. Cruise Nuts will be there, and a bunch of other people will be there also. And all four of us will be on this one. So hopefully we could work things out. I'm not too sure about Scott yet, but hopefully we could bring him in too and get him into it. So we'll see what happens. All right. So listen to this video.
Who's Cruise 2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios, out of Tampa, Florida. Port of Calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard the Carnival Paradise. Come join us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com.
I'm sorry.
Mike and Rihanna says, looking forward to the pizza on Carnival Paradise at Pizza Pirate.
Yes.
Pizza Pirate is one of our favorite
Place
stops
to go
on the cruise. And the Carnival Paradise is limited as far as dining options are concerned. So we will be frequenting Pizza Pirate on this cruise. That is facts that you can take to the bank.
Yes.
So when we were in Nassau the other day and Elation was there and Elation was sailing out, it's basically the same class ship as Paradise. You know, and it's that one where like the lifeboats are actually like suspended up above the pool deck.
Yeah.
And you know, and they've only got that small little section of balconies right in the middle of the ship or whatever, right? And I was looking at that and I thought,
I know.
you can do it, Scott. You can do it.
Yes, you can.
I did it for the glory. I took one for the team for the glory.
Yeah. And this is even smaller.
Yeah. So I did the glory and I said, man.
I might bring a canister of Slap Your Mama, just you know, just for the food quality.
Don't do that.
Okay, I may have to, because remember, there's no Java Blue, there is no Italian restaurant, there is no Chibang, there's nothing, no street.
Yeah.
We may have to eat a bunch of guys' burgers on this. You know, I really don't know.
I did in the glory.
But yes, I had a lot of blue iguana on the glory. That's how I got out of that.
Burger galore.
Yeah, man. Scrolls Nest says I made a video about emerald shrimp and grits topped with poached eggs.
No,
that's like grits and
I don't know about that.
eggs. Because I like grits and eggs. I just don't like the shrimp off them.
Like
grits.
shrimp and grits. Yes, I love it. It is so flavorful. I'm
Scrolls
I'm head over
put
heels
a lot
about
of stuff out. You know, he puts a lot of stuff out
because they had it on the breeze.
Mike Arana says there is a Java Blue on the Carnival Paradise.
Oh, I mean the expanded Java Blue with all of the free food offerings.
Yeah, the one XL is a much bigger, like much different Java Blue experience on XL.
And the grab and go food too, the grab and go
grab
salads and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the Java
Well,
Blue that I'm talking about.
Don't feel too bad. We're doing the Prima now. Then we're doing Celebrity in June. And then we're going to Carnival. So
right,
we're going like this.
Yeah, down. Down.
Yep.
But then in January next year we'll go right back up.
Back up. Yep.
Viva.
And speaking of going on for the remainder of the day, who's coming on YouTube?
We have. Oh, wait a minute! I got all this open things here. Coming up at 11 o'clock in the morning will be A Moment in the World with Mr. Darion at noon. will be Mayhem and Miracles. Masha, hopefully she'll be on today. 1 p.m. in the afternoon will be Roy and Becky's Travels. 2 p.m. will be the Ray Parade following Roy and Becky's Travels with different premieres throughout the afternoon. Around 5 o'clock, the Bot Files should be having a premiere today. Also, Fantastic Cruising should be on today at 8 p.m. 7 p.m. Also, Cruising with Keith should be on today. Hopefully, if he's feeling better, he should be on. Then at 9 o'clock, of course, the Live Together crew will be there with After Dark show tonight at 9 p.m. And closing the night will be Down Under Cruisers at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight.
Yes.
That will work. We got a full lineup for you guys tonight. And join us as Scott. Hopefully we'll be feeling better, and hopefully a lot of the areas will be opened up on the ship. That way he can show us the ship in live form.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to probably get to the back where like the skydiving and stuff is, because that's out on an open deck. I probably will not be able to do it. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, maybe the captain will find some, calmer seas. I don't know, but
I know your internet looks a lot better today than it did yesterday. So
yeah, I mean, and that's the other thing too. The internet is kind of, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So.
Yep. And as you're saying that, you're freezing.
Nope, not frozen. Just stop talking.
Yeah, no. He went like this. He went like that.
One of them bumps. They just hit a dolphin or something.
You know the thing I think is interesting. I don't know if you've ever experienced this or not, right? It's one thing when the ship is like swaying, right? But this is what I don't. This is how the only way my brain knows how to describe it. Where the whole ship doesn't sway, but it shakes like it ran over a speed bump at 100.
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, what in the ocean makes the ship kind of do that, right? Like, I don't get it. I wish I could understand what it is, but it happens not frequently, but several times through a cruise, especially if you're in rough waters, right?
Yep.
And I just don't get it.
I did. I thought it was a whale or a dolphin, but it's not. You don't think it's that?
No,
it's definitely not that.
Why couldn't it have been a whale?
It's definitely not that.
That's how my brain goes.
I don't know that whales are in the Gulf of Mexico.
Well, you don't know how far they go. I watch Net Geo Wild, and they could be anywhere. But I just really thought it was a big something that they ran over. But
no,
if it's not a whale,
I mean, it seems like they ran over something, right? But what could they possibly run over? In 27 fathoms of water.
No, I don't know. I really don't.
Hey, Fabric Studio has made it in.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That was my thing. That was my thought. I always thought that.
Every time it
happens,
every time it happens, I said, "Oh snap, we hit a dolphin." I hope it's all right.
I told the kids that because they asked me, "What was that?" I said, "It was a whale." I don't know, but now I know it's not a whale, so I got to come up with something else.
Well, with that, we will leave you guys with that burning question. What do cruise ships hit whenever? Oh, snap. We can't go nowhere now. Hold on.
Hey,
We got
a super chat
from you
and you.
and you.
Thank you.
And you. Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much for that super chat. We really appreciate you.
I was about to get up too. Had my running shoes on. I'm going outside.
Yeah, she's about.
All I saw was a black screen and a message that said your browser failed to play the video clip.
Yep. All righty, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. and hanging out with us this week. We really appreciate you guys, especially hashtag Team Replay. We appreciate you.
And I can't wait to see the ship tonight with Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all come back, because that was one of the things, one of the messages I got. Is Scott, what about me? Am I gonna be there Friday? But
Yeah, I'm sitting there where you're at right now.
But yeah, is Scott gonna be there Friday night to do the show, the tour?
Run around, yeah.
So I'm very excited for it. I'm really hoping and pulling for a good internet connection. So I'm going to try to take my time, be a little bit slower. Hopefully that will help the internet connection, the latency in the internet connection to, reconstitute those pixels and keep the video intact a little bit more. It's Anthem, like I said, is just a fantastic, beautiful ship. It is absolutely one of my favorites. I love it. And this class ship is very unique, even in the Royal Caribbean fleet.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. Well, y'all hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget to subscribe. And y'all take care of each other out there. And we love you. And y'all have a good day. Until later.
Bye.
Good night.